Nee. 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 Hey everyone, I'm Bizinga again. Today I'm drinking another Farmerleaf tea, which is the Autumn 2025 Leng Yun from Farmerleaf, which I've received as a free sample from my last order. I've seen it has since sold out. I haven't tasted this tea before, so I'm very excited to do this, to go into this blind. I've just read the description on their tea, and it was a bit interesting, I think. So this is tea from Jingmai Mountain, so not far from, well, geographically speaking, not very far from the general Jingmai area, which where Farmerleaf sources his Jingmai material from. But the thing that I found interesting was that this the village from which this tea comes is mainly Bulang. So that's southern Monghai, which is south of the Jingmai area, from what I understand. So Monghai has and Bulang especially, has a very typical aroma and flavor. So I'm very excited to see if it translates into this tea or has that general Jingmai profile nonetheless. So I'm going to go with some first impressions. So it has that typical Jingmai aroma, quite floral, like that, what they call the orchid aroma. It does have that quite a bit, I think. Wouldn't peg this as Bulang material or Monghai material in general, at least in terms of smell. Perhaps because it's an autumn production as well, not sure about that. Let's quickly smell the wet leaf. No, just smells like I would indeed peg this as another Jingmai tea from Farmerleaf, from Jingmai Mountain itself. The color is pale, but already quite vibrant, I think. A little thick, it seems. We'll see. I'm just gonna pour this off. And then I can go on with the first steeping. Let me know in the comments if you've had this tea before, what you think of it. It's quite special that this tea sold out this quickly. From what I recollect, it wasn't a very expensive cake, and it's made from ancient garden material. Don't know if the tea itself is Gushu material. That it doesn't. The description doesn't say that. Doesn't specify it. But perhaps there might be some in there. We'll see. I'm just gonna pour a little so I can drink this more quickly. Cheers. Okay, medium thick. It doesn't have a light body. It's medium thick. And there's definitely some bitterness. Tastes like Jingmai to me. Orchid fragrance. Orchid, like that retro nasal taste or smell you get from the tea. Completely reminds me of the other Jingmai teas. There's some upfront sweetness, but the bitterness is equally strong. It has a little mouth cooling going on after swallowing. So yeah, tastes like a Jingmai tea to me. Nothing really. Oh no, now there's more mouth or tongue cooling. Yeah, I can taste it. I can feel it a bit tingle on my tongue, and it definitely has some cooling going on. when inhaling through my mouth. That's nice. Decently thick, yeah. I think that will be it for the first impressions. This is a view of the wet leaf. So yeah, I will go through a couple of more infusions and then we'll see each other in the middle steeps. All right, brewing up the sixth infusion right now. The tea has become a bit more astringent. It gives off some nice, some warming feeling. But what I've noticed is the leaves are quite green, actually. I know it's a fresh tea. It's not even 6 months old yet, but they're quite green, nonetheless. Greener than other puerh I've drank before. So I don't know if that's the processing. Not sure what's up with that. Maybe that's why the color of the liquor itself is quite vibrant. Nonetheless, it has a nice taste, but nothing stands out in particular. I think this is a very nice tea to just drink casually as of right now, but I wouldn't say or notice anything more special about it either. Just a nice daily drinker. So bitterness still the same, little less upfront sweetness, and I don't know, now that I'm getting in those middle steeps, like the fifth, sixth steep, it's not like the typical Jingmai anymore. It has a little note of more Monghai character, more leathery, more animalic, like that kind of taste. But apart from that, yeah, still it's just a regular young shong. So I will go through a couple more infusions and see you in the last steeps for a final verdict on this tea. All right, bring up the last infusion. This was a 5-minute one. From the middle steeps on, my opinion about this tea really hasn't changed. It's a nice daily drinker. It's a decent introduction into young raw puerh, but nothing really stands out. It isn't particularly thick. It doesn't have a particularly alluring smell or taste. It's quite generic. It has some it has a moderate astringency. I think sweetness and bitterness are well balanced, but nothing really stands out. Just the mouth cooling in the beginning a bit, but that's about it. So would I cake this tea? No. I think there's other tea on the market which is more interesting for the same price or for even a better price. It was $48 for a whole cake, which isn't terribly much, but considering you can get some well-aged puerh right now, for example, from quiche teas, I think that would be more interesting seeing what it developed into. So I will leave it right here. I wouldn't cake this tea, but it's nice to drink on the casual, on the go. So thanks for watching. Cheers.